The world only has a couple days left to live as a godlike meteorite is about to hit Earth. Mortem is a 20-year-old kid who has always been a delinquent. What happens next? If you want a happy ending, watch The Ray. Mortem has always been a delinquent. He has never done anything right because he has never had a good figure to look up to. Now that the world is about to end, everyone is acting the way he is, without a care in the world, ready to die. Mortem realizes the wrong of his ways and decides to spend his last days on Earth trying to do good in order to repent for his sins. He begins by helping an older lady cross the street. Even as the meteorite is nearing Earth, Mortem still continues to give back, whether it be giving food to the homeless, giving money to the poor, or even feeding stray animals. The world ends, and Mortem has no regrets as he has finally done good for not only himself, but the world. This is the end of his story. Mortem continues to atone for his sins by helping others. He helps the older lady cross the street, but instead of making it to her final destination, she is accidentally shot by a man who just robbed a bank. As she lay dying in his arms, no one helps her. The world is about to end and everyone has gone crazy. Does it even matter who dies if we all die eventually? Mortem says. Mortem leaves her body in the middle of the sidewalk and walks away. He is angry. Angry at himself for not saving her, angry at the guy who killed her, and angry at the world for doing nothing about it. This causes Mortem to realize that no matter how hard he tries to do some kind of good, the world will still end. By human nature, we are just so evil to the point that there is no point in trying. He reverts to his old ways by stealing food from strangers, driving cars into houses, and messing with crippled people. In his final act of rebellion, Mortem sets a school on fire. Rather than leave, he just sits there, letting his body burn ablaze, finally dying. Nothing has changed. His story ends here. Mortem is still a delinquent. After seeing a girl help an older lady cross the street, he is inspired by her actions. Her name is Kalis. Although the world only has a couple days left, Mortem and Kalis fall for each other. The duo will continue to give back to their community. Mortem feels their actions are in vain, though. He always realizes it was a mistake to fall in love with her and try to help the world. Mortem says, "Even if you devote yourself to helping others, you will never fix the world." He secretly buys a gun and shoots himself. In this story, the world does not end. The meteorite has slowly changed trajectory, and the world is saved. Kalis feels bittersweet, as she is happy the world survived, but is still mourning the death of her beloved. If he was here, he would continue to do good. Was he right, though? She states. The world will never know. After a period of mourning, Kalis meets a sweet man named Measle. Measle marries Kalis, and they continue to give back to their community, until they later die in life, just like an A. Measle and Kalis do good deeds and help rebuild the world. As people recover from the destruction and madness of what they thought was the end of the world, society finds a new sense of happiness. After getting married, the pair have 7 kids. They both later die in a car crash at the age of 66. Measle and Kalis were good people until the very end, and continued as an A before their death. Even after marrying Measle, Kalis still thinks about Mortem and what he represents. To him, the world was hopeless. Even if you devote yourself to helping others, you will never fix the world. Those words run deep in her soul and influence her to think the same as him. Kalis travels to the coast and burns a large ship along with herself in it. Measle is heartbroken, but devotes his life to helping an orphanage, rather than fall in the path of Mortem. If you think this is all too black and white, make Mortem a demon banished from hell and Kalis a fallen angel and see how far the story gets. Remember, this is the world of Game of Thrones. You might end up with A, even though the meteorite was caused by the raging battle between heaven, hell, and earth. No matter how you look at it, the ending will never change. Whether all the endings are fake, real, or the imagination of a 20-year-old, one factor stays. This was purgatory all along. Everyone is already dead. From the godlike meteorite, to the name Mortem being Latin for death, and even Kalis being Roman for heaven, they were always dead. Even Measle and Kalis died at 66, which, if you add one more 6, well, we know that number. Everyone has died, and the divine universe is testing their soul in purgatory to see if they will atone for their sins before being led into the place they know as heaven. That's all that can be said about human morality, which is just a mess of ideas about people who think they are right and those who think they are right. So, does being more the good even matter in the end?